Hey guys, Ryan Dement, True Podcast. I hope you are having a great day. What does Zillow exiting the housing market and canceled airline flights have in common? Stay tuned. All right, guys. Last week and earlier in October, Zillow said they were exiting the home buying space with their iBuying product, which was all AI. And then yesterday they came out and said they are exiting altogether and laying off 25% of their staff. And oh, by the way, they're going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars on these houses. There's approximately 9,000 houses that they have either that need to be sold or that are under contract to be purchased, but they're going to lose a substantial amount of money. Now, what does Zillow exiting the housing market and canceled flights have in common? It's one word: patience. This past weekend, I was on American. I was flying from Indiana back to my home in Phoenix. And on Friday, I got caught up in this whole debacle of it was weather, and then it came out it was crew, and then it came out to scheduling, and it's just a bunch of BS. So the patience piece. One, I was waiting in a very long line at customer service in Chicago O'Hare, and everybody in front of me yelling, screaming at these people when they really didn't need to. They didn't cause the problem. Treat people with kindness, be patient through the situation, you'll get what you want. Two, Zillow exiting the home buying market means there's a potential upside for buyers because they are going to sell these houses at a loss. They were averaging over $65,000 over asking price per purchase or per buy. So if you're in a market like here in Phoenix, it does have some settling going on to where houses are getting price reductions being on the market. They're not just selling in 2 seconds as they go up. You have a possibility to save some money. Are you at the top of the market right now? Yes, you are. And you're still paying top dollar. But could there be some buys out there? Maybe Zillow is not going to do rehab work on these houses and decide to sell them as is. Well, they might need some work. So if you could negotiate and get the price down to save you some money on the purchase, and then, oh, by the way, be able to save some money on the rehab, you potentially could get a good deal. I just don't know. I don't know where these houses are at in the process. But the whole patience thing, if you wait things out and you use your noodle up here, your noggin, what the man upstairs gave you, you'll win every single time. It's just a matter of, are you patient enough to wait out situations like this? So guys, if you're patient enough to wait anything out, you'll be successful. The whole thing about the flights, when I approached the customer service agent, I thanked her for her time. I told her I know it's been a rough day, and the line was one of those Disneyland lines. I mean, it was down the H gates of O'Hare, Terminal 3. It was crazy. And as soon as I did that, she became a little more relaxed because the guy before me was yelling and screaming at her. He was on my flight too, and he was telling her that she needs to pay him right now because he's losing $350 a night for the Airbnb that he rented in Scottsdale, and he's got all these other expenses that he's paid for, and he can't get reimbursed for them. And she said, "Sir, I can't do it. Here's the telephone number. Us as customer service agents, all we can do is get you rebooked or get you some flight credits or get you a free room and some food. That's all we can do." And the guy just kept on berating her, and it just was just unprofessional. I was going to go up. I wasn't close enough, but I could hear some of it. And somebody actually came up and tapped the guy on his shoulder and just said, "Dude, calm down." She didn't cause the problem, and he kind of got angry at her. And it got out of control. But the story is, without having to ask, she was able to write on a piece of paper to me a flight for the next day. There was no other flights by this time. This is like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night on Friday. All the other flights have been canceled to Phoenix. Otherwise, I could fly a red eye to Denver, wait, land there like at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then sit there till 6:30, and then fly again. I just wasn't worth it. So I wanted a room and a food voucher. And the people that are standing in line next to you, they're at the counter right next to you also. She just handed me a piece of paper, and it had a direct flight on United the next morning at 7:55. I said, don't twist my arm, sign me up. But I didn't have to ask for it because I was patient enough for her to give that to me, but I also treated her with respect. And the whole Zillow thing about being patient, I bet you there's some deals to be had in there, especially some of these houses that might need more work than others. Zillow's going to want to get them off the books because they're going to want to write them off for tax purposes at the end of the year. So they're going to want to dump these as quickly as they can. I'm not going to say they're going to be a fire sale, but I bet you if you can find some of these, you might be able to find a decent deal. I mean, a good example in my block, or on my block, right across the street for the longest time, a house sold for $425,000, which was the marker of the street. It was the comp to go after. Now at the end of the block, there's a house that is smaller than mine with no upgrades, and it's pending for $465,000. Now remember, I bought my house for $275,000. We're not even talking a year yet. We're still 8 months, 9 months into this journey. It's great to have equity, but it's fake equity. Because sooner or later, the market is going to adjust. It's not going to continue to go north. So is it great to have? Yeah. If I was willing to sell it at that price, I'd have nowhere to go because you can't find any houses to buy. So what am I going to do? It doesn't do any good for me. But the patience thing, guys, is part of life too. Is you want something and you can't, you're not getting it immediately. Being patient and working through it and pushing to the other side and really putting the time and effort in, it rewards itself. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but it will come. I'm living proof of it. There's a lot of things going on right now. I want to share some of those things, but I want to get through the two problems I have right now. I got to get through 2 rehabs that are part of my prior life, I call them. And I'll shoot a video on that and I'll talk about it. But I'm willing to fight through it. It's painful as hell. It's stressful as hell. But I know on the other side, it's going to work out. It's just, I got to be persistent. I got to be patient and I can't give up. And if I get knocked down, I get back up. You just got to keep fighting. Life is not easy. And I wouldn't be putting these videos out to share these thoughts with you guys if I didn't care and if I wasn't passionate about it, because I truly enjoy what I do and I truly enjoy sharing my thoughts with you guys. So have a good one, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, have conversations. It's not a bad thing. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to have differing points of view. Just let it go. It doesn't have to be name calling or any type of issues that pop up. It's healthy to have conversation. It's healthy to disagree. We got to be able to communicate. We've got to get back to being able to talk to one another. Stay safe. I'll see you guys on the other side. Have a good one.